Now, the road that we want to go down is the... I know, there's no road there. So can we go now?
No. It is now 4:45. It is not a good time to be crossing.
But it's because it goes over the sea. But we can go over there to Coney Island, I think it is.
Never attempt to cross the path if it's covered in water, and always leave extra time to return safely to the mainland.
This bit's not covered in water.
It's covered in water! Turn back round now. You want to kill your
It's got big wheels. Got to admit, that was a bit of a sketchy drive. It was a little bit nervous going over all that sand at 4 ton, but so worth it.
Yeah, I did notice a bit of clenching on your part though.
And I'm trying to fly a drone as well.
So worth it.
I mean, look at that for a beach. So we are currently just parked up there. I mean, I would say on it, it's not a road, is it?
No, it's more like a little gravel track with lots and lots of potholes.
Yeah, a ridiculous amount of potholes. There's not much on the island. There isn't, but the purpose for coming over here to the island is to say we've done it.
I have heard there's a pub that does nice coffee.
There is. We'll go and have a look at that in a minute.
And if you are worried about bringing a van over here, you can actually get a ferry from a different point or a boat or something, but I don't think you can put your vehicle on that.
Yeah, I mean, we're coming in at 4 ton, so if we can drive across the beach at 4 ton, then I think most motorhomes, and it does get a little bit deep on the water. I mean, Emma will show you the step.
Yeah, I think that's going to need a hose down before we can use it. If you see, it's full of sand and grit. Yeah. Gonna have to hose that off, aren't we?
It's all right though, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I think it's time to
Get on the beach with the doggos.
yeah.
Give them a good run.
I don't even think I'm going to bother locking the van up.
Do you think it'll be safe?
I reckon so, yeah. I mean
what
there's no
about
one
sheep?
about.
We highly recommend a visit over to Coney Island, but please do bear in mind your tide times so you don't get stuck over there like we did, as there is limited park-up spacing. And while you're over there, you've definitely got to go into the quirky little pub and meet the locals.
We're going to go into the pub and see what's going on.
And have a drink.
I do know it's owned by a Frenchman. Mm. So the pub that we're in now, the very small pub, don't do Guinness, so I've got an Irish local stout. What have you gone for?
I have gone for gunpowder gin and lemonade. 7-Up.
Very nice. That's it's different.
Can I taste?
You can. I don't think you'll like it.
I don't think I will.
No, I don't think you'll like it.
No, that's properly a stout, yeah.
It's a proper stout, yeah.
Yeah, that is a proper stout. It's not bitter though.
I'm 50-50 on it, but I would have preferred a Guinness. But we can't go anywhere, so it is what it is. We seem to have made a friend as well. We've left our 4 in the van, and we've gone and got ourselves a big one.
Hello, buds.
You're right.
Bigger than all 4 put together, isn't he?
He is bigger than all of ours put together, isn't he?
Gorgeous, aren't you? Hello. Making furry friends everywhere we go.
So we're obviously stuck on the island for the evening because the tide has come in. But we've moved now and we're parked right there by this huge derelict house. I bet you that at some time was absolutely amazing. Don't know much about it, but the place is, it's proper quaint. It's proper like, I don't know, you feel like you're on one of them places where everyone knows each other and everyone is so friendly as well, and you know, they know we're here and stuck for the evening, and no one's bothered. But yeah, that's the water there. I'm hoping it doesn't come in any further, otherwise we're going to be in trouble. But we don't even think the sea this time of the year gets up to the wall. We think that's it. So the dogs are all happy. Look at them walking around, running about. Freedom. Emma's doing tea. See what she's doing for tea.
Well, I was doing a chilli with a bit of scrappy cooking, but it's a chilli with a difference. I'm just going to leave it there.
High tide, 7:21 p.m. I thought where we were parked would be okay. I'm now thinking otherwise.
I've just looked out the window, seen the water.
So, the tide is coming in a little bit. I really can't see there being a problem. Gonna just wait and see a little bit on how close it gets in. We're well off the floor, you know. I can't see it being an issue.
A few inches later.
Right, that's definitely coming in now. Yeah, well, I think we might need to move from there. The seagull down there just kind of watching us and laughing, I think. So, yeah, I think we're going to move onto the road. That would be the wise decision. So we are off the road. We will move later on once we've had tea, but yeah, you live and learn, don't you? Like, no one's going to be going down here because there's nowhere to go. So tide's in, nothing we can do about it. Anyway, so I was wrong. The water does come up to the wall. Who knew? Who knew?
Not being funny or anything, but I've got hot pans in the oven, on the stove, and he doesn't even tell me we're moving. Never a dull moment with you, is there?
Fly drones and take risks. And just like that, tea is served by my good lady. Thank you very much. Also, these things, my daughter made these for us because she likes a bit of crocheting. But yeah, tea looks absolutely lovely. Nailed it.
It's just a concoction.
It's a nailed concoction.
Okay, so we spent a lovely and peaceful night on Coney Island. However, now we need to get back over to the mainland. As Lazy Bones been up half an hour. One of us was up at 6 a.m. walking the dogs, taking them for a little mooch. You're not awake yet, are you?
No, and we've literally just come down to the markers, and a lady stopped us and she went, give it half an hour because, was it 12 will be deep?
Yeah, so each of the markers along the way are numbered, and she said the first one will be fine, but then number 12, as you get to that, it'll be deep. And even though we've got a high van, it'll still, because it goes round in circles, the water. So we need to just give it half an hour, 40 minutes before It's proper mad. I've never seen it like this in my entire life. It is mad that you can cross, but you might have to wait for the water.
Yeah.
I mean, to these guys, it's just normal, but...
I mean, and on the way in, we were fairly deep, weren't we, at points?
Yeah, we were... we were touching the skirt of the van, you know what I mean? And,
so...
you know, our van is not low. So,
no, it's not, is it?
And we haven't got a lift kit, so we've just got high suspension, but we're still a good clearance off the floor. So if you were in a car, you know, it's snorkel and flippers time. I think there's already been cars going out, but obviously the locals in like Hiluxes and things like that, but you can still see the shine on the sand there. And obviously there's going to be pockets of that which are deep, and obviously parts of it are going to be not so deep. But in true Neil and Emma style, we decided let's just go across anyway.
Excuse me, it wasn't Neil and Emma style at all. Emma wanted you to wait, you were just being Neil.
Yeah, that's absolutely true, 100%. So we waited for early in the morning to take the crossing back to the mainland, and it was a little deeper than we expected. We were told by one of the locals to give it another 30 minutes. I was wrong. and Emma is right, and that is now on film for all to listen to and all to hear over and over again. We then decided that it was a good idea to give the van a good wash because it was covered in salt water. It was also at this point where Emma realised that the jet wash was a little bit more powerful than what she realised. Yep, that's Emma right there, nearly taking her face off with the jet wash. We then decided to go and chill out for a couple of days, and as we were in the area, to pop in and see some of our friends that we haven't seen for a couple of years. Right, some of you eagle-eyed people may recognise this barn. And if you don't recognise the barn, you might recognise the front door. You don't recognise the barn, you don't recognise the front door. Surely you're going to recognise that van in the background, Camper Vibe HQ. So we've come down for a couple of days to see the girls and say hello. We haven't seen them in ages. It's like a while. I think the last time we were with them was Vanlife Eats. And that was 2 years ago, because they weren't there last year, but they're going to be there this year. So go get tickets, if you can still get them. Come here to see them, also to give them a good idea. If you don't know, they're rebuilding a cottage. It's an old cottage. It's about 7,000 years old. I think it was before Christ, if I'm honest with you. There's a certain YouTuber out there that builds tunnels underground, under his house, and he sells something.
Tunnel dirt, if you want some of that, you can find out about that in a minute.
But I've got a good idea. Original Camper Vibe cottage dirt. Everyone wants a jar of original cottage dirt. I mean, there is tons of dirt. Literally going to choose my own. As I have got very first choice over the first soil, because I do have jar number 001. I'm going to fill my jar with whatever soil I want. We will have a sprinkling of ground dirt. Some genuine yard stones. Just over the wall, we've got some bigger stones. A small slice of original housing. Now this might look like cow poo. Oh, it's not. Chimney soot. That's kept someone warm for millions of years. A bit too big, isn't it? There we go. We've got warmth in as well. £10 a jar. I mean, it's what Colin charges. If you want some original Camper Vibe cottage, you best start messaging him, hadn't you?
He's a thinker. He's definitely a thinker. Tenner, Neil. I don't care how well I know you. Tenner.
Pay the lady, please.
Traditional, original, verified by me. Original cottage dirt. £10 a pop for you, Neil. £9 for everyone else.